we on?
I don't know. Are we? I think we are. Can you guys hear us?
Yep, we're on.
Sweet.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, everybody. We're still out here.
We're still here. Did you forget about us?
We're out here.
All right. So first of all, we want to do an audio check and make sure that everybody can hear okay. We're using our mics. The engines are running and the air conditioner is running. So we just want to make sure that you can hear us okay. So first of all, give us a thumbs up, a yes, you can hear us okay.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I'm
Sounds
the most
great.
important person to hear.
All good on audio. Only thing I hear is you. Yes, yes. All right, that's amazing.
Cool.
Wow, it works so good. It's not like super loud in here, but honestly, the air conditioners are louder than the engines.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so here's the deal, guys. We're just gonna do this super chill style. This isn't just gonna be us sitting like full on answering questions the whole time. I've got my iPad here in front of me, and Lindsay's got the computer over there. So we're gonna do our very, very best to jump in here and answer some questions when we can. But a lot of it's just gonna kind of be us. First of all, we're gonna make dinner. Because it's dinner time, so we're going to start messing around with that and just kind of chat about our trip and where we are, and all kinds of the what we've been through, the speeds, the experience, so on and so forth.
Yeah, the experience so far.
Yeah,
with this crossing.
To be honest with you, like before we started this channel, I looked high and low and searched the entire internet for something kind of like this. In a motorboat, you get this kind of stuff in sailboats. It's just a little bit different. And so I wanted to do it just to be able to show, to give people the idea of what it looks like and what happens, like I wanted to be able to see.
Yeah.
So we're just going to hang out. So I don't know if it's going to be a half hour. I don't know if it's going to be 2 hours. We're just going to hang out, and we'll read as many questions as we possibly can and answer them and interact with you guys as much as we can. But that's going to be kind of a second priority, to just us kind of explaining to you how things are going and then making dinner, because we got to make dinner.
We want you guys to see actually what this is like, what this whole experience is like, rather than us just like sitting at the table in front of the camera answering your questions. Like, this is going to give, I know there's so many of you that are wondering, like, can we do this? Is this lifestyle for us? Especially a lot of the women. So I'll be sharing my views so far on all of this, so you guys can kind of get a little bit more information, because like you said, there's not a lot of this out there, and everybody's going to do it a little bit differently too. You're going to find your strengths and weaknesses in different areas and then work with them. And I think honestly, that's probably what it's all about, is what I'm kind of figuring out. But anyway.
Learn, like we don't even have any idea. We're just learning right now. So
this is day 2. So
if you do have a question that you really want answered, this is not a sales pitch, but there is a super chat, which I believe pins the thing at the top, so that it'll just stay there, because already, there's a lot of questions. I think you can do as little as $1. And if you super chat us, I will answer that question. I think it stays at the top. I hope it does.
Yeah. Maybe we should start with, in case people haven't been following along that just jumped on the live, just like what we're doing and where we're at.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take it away.
Cool. All right. Well, we just ended our 4-month-ish long trip in the Bahamas, which was absolutely amazing. We're going to do a full recap on that and tell you guys exactly our favorite spots, where we would maybe skip next time, and things that we learned along the way, things that made us grow, things that challenged us, all of that. So that was, honestly, I feel like it was just a whole healing experience. I could go on and on about that. So we ended our season in the Bahamas, which was our very first I guess kind of adventure since we embarked on this journey and bought this boat. Hurricane season is setting in down in the Bahamas and obviously in Florida as well. So we are headed back to the States for hurricane season, and we're going to cruise up the East Coast for the summer. So we're going to bring you guys with us. We're really excited about that because there's so many cities in like New England and all over the place that we've actually never been. We're excited to be like anchored outside of the Statue of Liberty and just experiencing that whole part of the country from the water. I think is just going to be, it's going to be awesome. So to make up some time, since we hung out in the Bahamas for quite some time, we decided to make a further north jump back to the States than most people. Most people will go like around Charleston area or maybe even back to Florida. And we are heading up to Beaufort, North Carolina. So that is roughly estimated. When we first estimated it was a 3-day, 14-hour trip. Now, yesterday, we were not going very fast at all. We were going like 5 knots. And
And you're taking all of my stuff.
I know I am.
What am I going to talk about?
Okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll just stop there. That's what we're doing. We're on our way. We're on our way to Beaufort, North Carolina, and we left yesterday morning around like 8 a.m. Right now it is, so that was Friday. Today's Saturday, right? So that we left Friday morning at 8 a.m. It is now Saturday evening, just after 7 p.m.
We left at 6:30.
Okay. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you lose concept of time out here during all of this.
So let me answer a couple of questions here because there's a couple of super chats. First of all, thanks very much. Todd, the total mileage is just over 500 miles from where we started in the Abacos to where we are headed in Beaufort, North Carolina. So it's just over 500 miles. And right now, as the crow flies, we're just under 300 miles off the coast of Georgia. So we're not quite halfway from Abacos to Beaufort. We're about, I could say we're tracking on Sea People right now. We're live tracking on Sea People. So if you guys don't have Sea People.
Oh, everybody can see that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Everybody can see that. So that's kind of cool. So if you guys don't have Sea People, first of all, it's an absolutely awesome app. And second of all, we're live tracking on it right now. So we're 210 nautical miles into the trip right now with an average speed of 5.8 knots. Let me hope I can get back to YouTube here. Yes. Okay. So that's the answer to your question, Todd. So we started in the Abacoa, Bahamas, and we're headed to North Carolina, just to make that clear. We've been in the Bahamas for almost 4 months. So, okay. So, William, did you just give a super chat or did you have a question? Let me see, William, if you had a question, ask it again, will you? Because I can't find it. If not, then thank you so much. And then we have one more super chat here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we are going to Beaufort, North Carolina. There's actually 2 Beauforts or Beauforts.
There's a Beaufort and a Beaufort.
No, I think they're said the same. I'm almost
really?
positive they're said the same. One's in South Carolina, one's in North Carolina. We are going to the one in North Carolina, just so you know. So that's just it's like a 2-day run from Norfolk, Virginia, or Virginia Beach. More avocado money. There's 110 of us hungry people here. Here's some avocado money. Listen, we have had guacamole, well, only once so far this trip, but we're going to have it again here in a little while.
No, we aren't. We're out of avocados.
We're out of avocados?
Yeah, not until we get to the States.
I'm leaving. That's it. That's it. I'm leaving.
This guy.
Okay, never mind. I can't go anywhere.
You don't have anywhere to go.
I wish that the camera's mounted. You can probably see out in the back there. We have about, I'd say we have about 3-foot swell right now. You're probably not going to be able to see the boat, like how it's moving, but we have about 3-foot swell right now. It's coming from like right there. So starboard aft quarter. So it's got the boat just kind of moving like this. The first 12 hours was a little bit worse than this. It was probably 4 to 5 foot swell and then some wind chop on top of that. This is no wind chop. In fact, there's no wind right now. There's 3 knots of apparent wind right now. So it's all just this slow roll. And it's honestly, it's very comfortable, isn't it, babe?
Yeah, it's really nice.
I keep on wanting to project my voice at the mic, not remembering that I have this microphone on.
I know, it's kind of
We
weird.
don't use these microphones hardly at all. So, Andrew, you're a planner. What is the biggest surprise you didn't expect? I'll be honest with you, Andrew. I can only be honest here. The biggest unknowns in this whole thing was Lindsay. You know, I mean, I didn't know how she was going to take to being at sea. I didn't know whether she was going to get tired, seasick, drowsy. I didn't know whether she was going to be up for, you know, how much watching and so on and so forth. And I think both of us feel that way. So I just have to be honest. I don't want to put her on the spot, but that's my biggest unknown. As far as anything that I personally didn't expect, I didn't expect to lose Starlink.
Oh yeah, we lost Starlink.
We lost Starlink and had to turn around, guys. Seriously. So I'm going to tell you this story.
This is a pretty funny story.
It's a pretty funny story. So I'm sorry if you guys are bored, but this is what this is. I
This
mean,
is life at sea.
Yeah, just buckle in because we're bored. So you got to hang out with us. So
Can I get you guys anything to drink?
they said he wanted guacamole.
Oh.
All right, so we left and we got to the point where we had to turn on like mobile priority because that's how Starlink works. Like you can in the Bahamas, just the regular Starlink plan works, and then once you get away from the Bahamas, you have to turn on like ocean mode, they call it, which charges you like, I think it's $2 every 10 gigs or 5 gigs or something like that. It's actually pretty reasonable, but we hadn't turned it on. Turns out in order to turn it on, you have to log into your account via the Starlink app. But to log into your account via the Starlink app, you don't need internet to do that, but you need internet to do the two-factor authentication that emails you your password.
Emails you a code, right?
Yeah, emails your code.
You gotta enter that code.
So I couldn't get my email. So I'm trying to get my mom. I'm messaging my mom via our like emergency. We have an emergency Garmin InReach, and I can message on that. So I'm texting my mom. Mom, please try to log in. She can't log into my email because she needs two-factor authentication, which means it's going to send a text to my phone. I can't get texts. It was just we had to turn around. We legitimately had to turn around.
Which we didn't know how long we were going to have to cruise for before we picked it back up.
We had no idea how far it was going to be before we actually got internet back. Thankfully, it was only like 3 miles, 2.5 miles. But even that, I mean, it was a half hour, 45 minutes back the other direction, then turn around and come back. So we got it back. So that's
So if you guys are following us on Sea People and we have a bunch of like weird back and forth, that's why.
Yeah, right. There's some loop-de-loops on the Sea People deal.
At the very beginning.
Yeah. So so that's that. She said this already, but we have the first little bit of the journey. We actually were bucking a head current, like a nose current that wasn't on any of the charts. Sorry if the lighting is weird. Like the sun is glaring in that window, and it kind of just is what it is. Hopefully, you guys can see both of us.
It'll change.
You can definitely see me
Sun's
because I got
down.
a bright white shirt on. So yeah, on the charts, you can go on like predict wind and you can look at currents. And there was a current that was supposed to be like taking us. It was a very, very small one, but we were going like 4.5 knots and I'm running 1650 RPM. At 1650 RPM, normally we're like 6.2, 6.3 knots. And we were going like 4.5 to 4.7. I was like, this is not good. I actually turned around prior to the Starlink thing and went back the other direction to make sure that there wasn't something wrong with the boat. I was going to jump in the water, wasn't I, babe?
Yeah.
I was going to jump in the ocean. And we're in 7,000 foot of water right now. I was going to jump in the ocean and try to, get underneath there and make sure we weren't dragging something. But when I turned around, we picked up like 3 knots, 2.5 knots. So I was like, no, it's a current. So all night long, we were actually bucking that same current. And then this morning, it switched somewhere around 8 or 9 o'clock this morning. And now we're doing almost 7 knots. Actually, we are doing 7.1, 7.3, 7.1, 7.2. Yeah, so
we're flying.
We're cruising right along. And I haven't changed the power settings whatsoever. Another interesting thing is I really wanted to get every 5 hours I was going to do, or every 6 hours, actually. I was going to do fuel logs so I could see exactly what we were burning for fuel and not just like a roundabout. but the boat's moving too much. And the way my fuel gauges work, you have like basically the level of the fuel, like moving with the boat, it makes the gauge go up and down, and it just will not sit there in one spot long enough for me to get an accurate reading. So it's a complete waste of time. So then I just I video it with my phone. I watch one go up and down. I video the other one with my phone, watch it go up and down. And then I take the average of the two and, figure out what the burn's been from that. Yes. Okay. So by the way, thank you so much for that super chat. We were going to do the Great Loop. That's a very good, it wasn't a question, it was a statement, but I'll tell you about that. Here was the reason we decided not to do the Great Loop this year. And we were going to do the St. Lawrence as well. And for the same reason, we decided not to. But we wanted to be in the Bahamas for as long as our insurance would let us be in the Bahamas, which was until July 1st, which is why we're cruising right now. We have to be north of the Florida-Georgia line, with which we are now, by July 1st.
Oh, we made it.
We made it. Thank you so much, Robert. Appreciate you very much. We appreciate you a lot. So we were going up. We were going to go up and we were going to come all the way back down and do the whole entire loop. And then I started doing the math and realizing how long that was going to take. And we were going to have to rush it in order to get it done. And to be honest with you, the locks and the river systems didn't seem super appealing to us. Like, I understand that it's a thing that you accomplish as a whole. I'm all about that. Lindsay knows I like loops because I hate turning around.
That's true. He does not like turning around.
I hate turning around.
I think it's a guy thing. Maybe it's a guy thing.
We were gonna have to rush that, and then between that and just not being overly excited about the lock systems, like basically I wanted to get up into the Great Lakes and then kind of turn around and come back. So then we were gonna do the Down East Loop, which you mentioned in your deal, the St. Lawrence River. We were gonna go up the Hudson, into Lake Ontario, out the St. Lawrence by Montreal, and up around Nova Scotia and back down. But then I started doing that math, and that's a long, long ways as well. Holy crap. Sandra, like, that's a lot of money. Like, you didn't.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. I feel like I should do some like jumping jacks or push-ups or I don't know.
You better perform.
Right? Yeah. Maybe I should wrap Vanilla Ice.
Oh, people would like that.
People would like that. So yeah, so the St. Lawrence ended up being kind of like too far for us not to rush either. That may change. We may get up in there and make a last minute pivot, because I really wanted to do the St. Lawrence. I really wanted to do Lake Ontario. I really want, and the Erie Canal. I really wanted to do that. It may change, but for now, what we're going to do is we're headed for Beaufort, just like we said, and then from Beaufort, we're going to head up into the Chesapeake, obviously via Norfolk, and then from the Chesapeake, we'll do the C&D Canal, and then we'll do what's the cape at the bottom of New Jersey? Cape. Dang it. The cape at the very bottom of New Jersey. You guys can tell me what that is. And then we'll go into New York City, do New York, East River, Long Island Sound. Then we'll do Block Island, Martha's Vineyard. Then we'll head up into Newport, Rhode Island, and like Boston, and then up into Maine. And then we'll turn around and come back down. Cape May. Thank you. Cape May.
Oh, I would have never known
Cape May. So the goal is to get to Maine and back to Annapolis for the Annapolis Boat Show. So I think we're thinking about doing both the power and the sailboat show, because we're thinking we have gotten an official invite to get entered into the sailboat YouTube awards. It's not really a sailboat thing,
it's
but
the
it is
YouTube awards, but it's been at the
the
sailboat show,
right,
because most of the YouTube channels are sail shows.
It's technically the
sailors.
Cruiser Awards.
Oh,
it's the
okay.
YouTube Cruiser
Gotcha.
Awards, and we've gotten invited to go to that and enter in it. So I think we might do that, which is the end of October.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, who knows where from there. So But anyway, that's why we decided not to do the loop this year. Whether we'll do it in the future or not really depends on the success of the channel, because if this channel is successful and Patreon continues to grow, then we're probably going to send it across the Atlantic and go to the Med. We don't 100% know. We may go to the Caribbean, to the like Eastern Caribbean BVIs and all of that. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, we're living on a prayer.
Yeah. So I'm going to let you guys talk to Lindsay for a minute, because I've been gabbing way too much anyway, and I'm going to go turn the grill on. I wish I could take you with me, but I'm going to go turn the grill on and get ready to cook this steak.
Yeah, I will update you guys on what my experience has been out here, because I know that there's so many. I get messages from wives and the women in relationships all the time whose husband wants to take them out on a boat and live this lifestyle. And one of the hardest things.
Hey, just
about
FYI,
this
you guys can still hear me out here, I bet,
crossing.
because I've got a Bluetooth mic on.
And to be honest, before this one, we had only done 2. We had done 2 overnights. I think they were each around like 36 hours. And they were pretty rough, because at the time it was last year, and we were, in the midst of hurricanes. So the sea state was pretty crazy. We were really stressed out. We were like scared. There was devastation everywhere. It was a lot harder. And so that was the experience that I had in my mind of what a crossing is like. And so I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'll do it. Like, to have our home in the Mediterranean, I mean, yeah, you can tough through it for a week or whatever, and then you reap the rewards. So anyway, I went into this with that mentality of like, this is going to be pretty rough, but I'm going to do it, and we're going to make it back to the States. And so yesterday when we left, well, I guess I'll preface with this too. When I start getting seasick, or when I get seasick, I've never been seasick to the point where I'm throwing up, but when I get seasick, I get really exhausted. I get really tired, and I just sleep. And yesterday, when we left, the sea state was quite a bit worse than this, and I could already feel myself starting to get even kind of nauseous, which was different than where you headed.
Oh, I was just going to read a little bit. Sorry.
Which was different than what normally happened for me. Normally, I would just get really tired. So I got a little nervous, and I took 2 of the Dramamine pills. And apparently, they were the non-drowsy. So I think I had 2 things happening at once. I think my body was fighting off the seasickness, probably because I didn't take those pills soon enough. I think you're supposed to take them an hour before you even go anywhere. And then the drowsiness from those. So yesterday, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was like a shell of a human. I was like non-existent.
You were a zombie.
I was a zombie. And so I was like, oh man, if this is how this is going to be, it's going to be pretty bad. But luckily we posted updates on our Patreon, and it was like 11 o'clock last night. I posted an update, and I could feel the drowsiness starting to wear off. And which was good, because Nathan had been captaining the boat all day. So it was his time to get some rest. So I was able to stay up last night while he was resting for a while, and I started to feel pretty good. And then we just kind of like took turns sleep. I mean, you sleep for a little bit, you wake up, you check everything, sleep for a little bit, wake up, check everything, and you just take turns doing that. And we made it through the night pretty good. And today's been good. I can't say that I feel 100%. I still feel the effects of like not having a consistent night's sleep where you like get your REM sleep and all of that. I can feel the effects of that. Like I just get tired quickly, and then I'll just take a nap for 45 minutes or whatever. And I feel like you're doing that too. I'm just doing it more. But like Nathan was saying, we're so blessed right now because the sea state is so mellow. Like I can make a cup of tea and we can grill some food right now, which that was not a possibility on either of our last 2 crossings. Like I had not planned ahead for food before. That was another thing that I did this time that I didn't do last time. I food prepped all day the day before. So like I made, these are just like little pouches of potatoes and onions and butter and stuff that we can just throw on the grill. And I made some pasta. I made some soup, so you can just heat it up. I made a lot of stuff that you can just grab and kind of heat up and go and actually have some nourishment. So that's another big change, and I recommend that because once you get out here, whether the sea states are good or not, you may just be exhausted, and the last thing you want to do is stand around in the kitchen like trying to figure out how to make some sort of a meal. Am I talking too much?
No, you're doing great. No. Okay, bro.
You got to read the question because not everybody.
Okay. First of all, everybody can see this wonderful super chat we just got for $100, which is like incredible. Thank you. But you have been commenting on our videos for a little while, and I keep on replying to your comments and asking you what kind of Harley you have, and I've never gotten a reply. So now that I'm almost positive it's you because I think that's the same picture. So now that I've got you here. What kind of Harley? Because my dad has a Harley and my brother has a Harley.
And my mom has a Harley.
And Lindsay's mom has a Harley. So you got to just tell me what kind of bike it is so that I get that answer. Way to go. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. We have the best people.
It's incredible. Like, it's absolutely incredible.
So much. It's like all the goodness of humanity just comes out of the woodwork. You know, it's like, it's great.
Now he's not going to reply. Come on, man. I want to know what kind of bike it is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that was...
Well, yeah.
Road Glide Ultra.
Oh, nice.
My brother just bought a Road Glide.
Are you burning off stuff?
Yeah, I'm burning off stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got real scared.
Don't say the word burn in the boat.
I can just smell something burning.
Yeah. No, I got that thing burning off. What did my brother just buy? A Road Glide.
I always forget the name of it.
An ST.
No, where's my phone? It's the fast track one. Like the amazing track Harley. I'm kind of embarrassed right now because I'm the motorcycle person. I should know.
You are the motorcycle person. You're supposed to know this.
I know. I didn't work for
Anyway, yeah, so I think he's got Yeah, I'm calling him. Why not? We're saying now. Is this not crazy? Like we're not in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but we're dang near in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean right now. And we're live on YouTube hanging out with these. I mean, it's so incredible. This is what it's like, guys. This is just in case you're wondering. He's not going to pick up either. $17 Road Glide Ultra.
CVO.
Oh, a CVO.
Yeah.
And JD's not picking up.
The CVO Road Glide.
It's actually in one of our videos. When he just bought that bike, it's in one of our videos.
He said it's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, my family is a big Harley people. They grew up all Harleys. Lindsay has a Ducati. And because
my mom's always been Harley, though, and my family's always been Harley.
Yeah. Lindsay worked for Ducati. A lot of people ask that on our channel, but Lindsay actually worked for Ducati. A lot of people ask about her Ducati hat. She worked for Ducati for a lot of years. And then we still both have Ducatis. That's like one of the last things that we're like having a really hard time selling. Because if we have to go back to land life for some reason, like we want our motorcycles.
Have a bike.
We want our motorcycles.
Yeah. Motorcycles are the best part of land life.
Okay. So once again, thank you very much for that. That is absolutely incredible. You are so kind. I can't believe that. All right. Now, obviously, I've got something back here cooking. So you can go back to.
I'll go back to talking what I'm talking about. Like a time between sunglasses right now. So yeah, that's how it's going for me. That was, like Nathan said, that is like the biggest question, right? Is how I'm going to handle this, which I am so grateful that he doesn't just like call me a wuss and get really irritated with me, because I think that for men to understand that most women we're just more sensitive. Our hormones are more sensitive. We need more sleep. There's a lot that can throw us off, and it just like we pay the price.
Is the potato pouch ready?
Drastically, yeah.
Potato pouch. This is how we cook potatoes on the grill. Lindsay packages them all up in this little deal, and I put them on the grill with the steak. I should have put them on before the steak, probably.
Yeah,
But the
probably.
steak's-
You're dripping.
You're dripping.
Holy smokes. We got dripping on the rug. Oh, you guys. Anyway, yeah, so I'm doing good. I can handle this. This is I guess the key is looking for a really good weather window, which we didn't have the ability to do before, right? Like when our other crossings, I mean, we had crazy sea states because we were in hurricanes.
This has been by far the most relaxed crossing that we've had for sure. Literally every other. This is the first multi-day crossing we've ever done. Just in case anybody is new and just jumped on here, because we have almost 600 people on here now.
Oh my gosh, we do?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
We are almost 300 miles offshore right now between the Abacos, Bahamas, and northern North Carolina. So just in case anybody has just gotten on, that's where we are. We are in the Atlantic Ocean right now. It is 7:30 p.m. Sun is about to set. We're cooking dinner, and we're chatting with you. So in case you just got on here, that's what's going on.
That's what's going on. Thanks, Terry.
Yes, thank you, Terry.
Oh my gosh, thanks, David. Can you let us know when you will be going the CD canal?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And thank you so much, David. Yeah, so if you don't mind, just pop us a message on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way. And just pop us a message on Instagram.
At the 71%.
Yep, the 71%
channel.
Oh, 71% channel. And I'll reply and I'll pin you and we can let you know when we're coming through. For sure, 100%. And thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate it a lot.
We do.
But yeah, we're going to be headed up through the Chesapeake, a few different stops, then of course Annapolis, and then through the C&D, for sure. But yeah, this is absolutely wild. We're like grilling.
No, this doesn't even feel right, does it?
This is insane.
I feel like we're portraying a really cushy experience for people.
Last night wasn't very cushy.
No, it wasn't.
No.
But there's ups and downs, you guys.
We waited until today to plan this just in case the sea state was rowdy, because if the sea state was rowdy at all, like we weren't going to be able to do this.
Well, yeah, and like I would be so tired. It's like my body just like fights against the motion sickness so much that it just absolutely wears me out.
We got to figure out how to mitigate that. If any of you watching have that same problem where you don't get sick, like bathroom sick, but your body just fights against getting sick so much that you get exhausted, let us know and please tell us what you did to fix it if you fixed it, because Lindsay needs that fixed. It's possible. Yeah, that's something that we're working on together. Motorcycles and airplanes are the best part of land life. You're not kidding.
That's true.
I don't know if this, Kathy, did you know that I'm a pilot, a recreational pilot? I don't know if you knew that, if that's why you said that or not, but I'm a recreational pilot. So yeah, what else you got, babe?
I'm trying to think of like anything else that anybody would want to know. I guess I could just read some questions.
I could tell them about a little bit of fuel burn stuff and some of that kind of stuff. Oh, somebody asked me about fuel prices. Up a little further. So taking the purchase of a Nordhavn after watching your channel. And Rick, that's awesome. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. And if you need any help, I mean any help whatsoever on understanding anything about Nordhavn stuff, contact at the71%.com is our email. Shoot us an email. I will happily.
Nathan loves talking about boats. So don't be scared.
Yeah. So like, honestly, like I get on conference calls with guys all the time, not all the time, but it's about once a week where people will email me asking about questions and I get on the phone and then I'm usually on the phone for like an hour trying to help with consulting. But if you need anything, Nordhavn or boat otherwise, let me know. I'm happy to help. We've had a lot of different boats, not a lot, but several different boats. And I've got a pretty good understanding just based off, I'm an over researcher. So happy to help. And if I can connect you with somebody at Nordhavn, I'm also happy to help because I know a couple of people there as well. I know the folks. So fuel stuff, somebody was asking us about fuel cost. happy to share. It's a little personal, but I'm very happy to share. Well, I guess if it was insane, I wouldn't be as happy to share. I'm happy to share because it's ridiculously like reasonable. We filled up this boat, which holds 900 gallons of fuel, in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
In March.
Beginning of March.
Beginning of March. When we just got to the Abacos, we still had 300 gallons left. So 4 months, we burned 600 gallons of fuel. We totaled about 1,800 nautical miles in that time, and I was not fuel conserving at all. I was not like passage type running. I was running 17 to 1900 RPM, and my passage run is like 15 to 1600. And then we just put fuel in the Abacos, and we wouldn't have had to because we had 300 gallons left. We could have gone back to Florida or even Georgia, but with this passage all the way to the north side of North Carolina, we decided to put fuel in. Well, we had to because it was going to take 300 gallons to do this whole passage. Well, not quite. Actually, it's about 270 gallons, and we wouldn't have had enough buffer to run the generator or anything else we wanted to do, so we put fuel in there. So my idea is right now that if we want to run somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 nautical miles a year, which is a lot of travel, like that's a lot of travel by boat, 5,000 nautical miles, which I think is around what we'd do, that it's going to cost us somewhere in the neighborhood of $6,000 to $7,000 a year in fuel, somewhere in the neighborhood. So it also all depends on where you get fuel, because on the East Coast where we're going, fuel is like $3.50 or a little bit cheaper, $3.39 some places, and in Abacos it was $5.25, which definitely hurt. I did not fill up. Just in case anybody was wondering, I did not fill up. So, purchasing a Carver. Curious who you're insured with. That is a really good question. I always forget the name of. Oh, Dad text me. Road Glide CVO ST.
Yeah, well, they put all these letters in there, you know, and you just can't remember. I'm going to talk to some folks at Harley about that. I think I saw a question here. Oh, somebody asking about my white Ray-Bans. I'm just going to do a little filler question. I have to say, I get asked questions about these white Ray-Bans all the time, and it's a bummer because they don't make them anymore. And I've had them for probably, I don't want to say 10 years, but I think it might be coming up on like 10 years. My mom has the same ones, and we got them at the same time because we both loved them. And yeah, they've just been like old trusty. They fit underneath a hat really well. So, and they're like really light on my, as far as weight wise. So yeah, I really like them. They still make these aviators just in different colors. And everybody keeps asking me, and I'm like scouring the internet trying to find them for them because I feel so bad. But yeah, I can't. I think one person sent me a message that she found them at Nordstrom a while ago, but otherwise, you might be able to find them on eBay or something.
So it's Concept, but that is who we're insured with, but more specifically, our insurance agent is Zach. And if you want to shoot me an email or a message on Instagram, I will send you his email address because he is absolutely amazing. And I mean amazing, amazing. He is with one of the biggest insurance firms, like marine insurance firms in the United States, and he hunts insurance for you, and he will be really honest with you. So shoot me an email, and I'll happily hook you up with him. His name is Zach. Super good dude. I'm going to go check the steak because I think it might be burning.
Yeah, let's see what else. What else is on here? Oh, Lando for the win tomorrow. Yeah, we do love Lando. That's a Formula One reference for those of you that don't know. We're big Formula One fans. Yeah, we do. We feel like it's his year. Jim, okay, Lynn, did you know Jim Viola from Ducati America? Is your childhood? I don't, but there's a good chance that I do, and I just don't remember because I did work for Ducati North America. I was an independent contractor for them for a lot of years. Amazing people. Love them so much. I miss my Ducati fam. I miss my whole motorcycle fam.
There's another one.
What?
Tony, what the
Oh
heck?
my god!
You guys
Thank
today.
you.
Holy crap.
We feel very blessed, you guys. Very blessed. This is amazing.
It's not going to pay for the fuel bill. This is insane.
Thank you.
Grocery
guys so
money
much.
for Beaufort. Thank you.
Oh,
Beaufort.
thank you.
Thank you. That is incredible.
How's the fishing coming along? There's a question.
Oh, we put a line in the water. When we say we, I mean me.
I was sleeping.
Put a line in the water yesterday, but there's so much seagrass. Actually, there's not anymore right now.
Yeah.
That it just kept on getting clogged up, and I'd have to pull it in and put it back out, and pull it in and put it back out. But it's looking better now, so maybe tomorrow will be a good fishing day. I'm really hoping to catch something on this passage. Really hoping to.
What kind of fish do you catch in water like this? Do you know?
Well, I look like a fisherman. I don't know. Ask them; they probably know.
How's the steak?
It's good. It's not even close to done yet.
Got some time. Grocery money. That is amazing. I'm reading questions right now, just so you guys know. Brian, yes, old Ruth Pearl 4 has sold. She has gone to her new home. We really did love that boat. That's a great boat. They're going to enjoy it. What kind of Ducatis do you have? We both have Ducati Monsters. I have a 1200S, and Nathan has a 1200 Especiale. Anniversario. So sorry. Anniversario. Which is really cool because it has the Italian flag livery. Like it's red, white, and green. It's really pretty. Mine is like a charcoal gray. I think it's actually called liquid concrete gray, which is also really pretty. That was kind of like first year that they came out with that Ducati had a color like that. It's got the red Ducati logo on it. It's really, really nice.
I wanted to share something that's really cool. At least some people are going to think it's cool. So I put this on Instagram, I think, but there's a TV right back here, right here. And I found out that I could wire it in so that the MFDs, like our full radar display and our charts and everything, will show on this TV. So when we're underway and cruising, like eating, whatever, we can hang out back here together in the two sofas. There's two settees back here, one on the port side, one on the starboard side. And so we can hang out back here. And I mean, there's nothing out here at all. We've seen one boat. I'll explain that as well. And we can have the radar up, speeds, all the pertinent information up on the TV. And I can still see forward good enough. And that's been really, really cool. Real game. It kind of turns the whole space into like one big pilot house, which is neat. I'll explain that. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Greg.
Thank you. Oh, that's a good question.
That is a very, very good question.
You should read it though, so people know.
Okay, so the question is I assume your other boat had a gyro stabilizer. Yes, your assumption is correct. It was a Seakeeper, and this one has fin stabilization. Which one is better? I'm gonna let you answer, babe. You're the one. For all the females out there and stability. What would you like?
Yeah, I think the fins are better for me. I think the fins are better. I like that they're like instant. They don't have to spool up. We also don't have to run the generator. Where with the Seakeeper, we had to have the generator on the entire time. So this is nice. You can just have all the windows open, fin stabilizers on just instantly. And it's not taking up a big, huge space in the engine room. So to me, the stabilizers work better, but I would assume, I'm not a boat scientist. I would assume that there are boats where the Seakeeper is going to work a little bit better than the fins.
Is this getting too dark? Let me take this off. Hold on, guys. Better. I concur. I like the fins better. I like the fact that they're driven off of a PTO drive and you don't have to wait for them to spool up. I like the fact that you do not have to run the generator to run them. I think they stabilize better. I really do. It's hard to tell because I haven't had fin stabilization in a planing hull boat. I've only had fin stabilization in a full displacement boat, and I'll explain that really quick for you guys. Those of you that don't know, full displacement boats do not come out of the water. They don't go up on top of water and go fast. They stay down in the water. They move the water around them, so they stay in the water. No matter if you put 10,000 horsepower, they wouldn't come out of the water. And so they're a lot weightier down below the water line. And so when they roll like this, there's a lot more below the water line to stop them from rolling. So that's what this boat is. And I do know one Nordhavn, the Dragon, John with Dragon. He actually has stabilizers, fin stabilizers, and Seakeeper stabilization. And the reason for that, which is the reason that one thing I like about the Seakeeper better, is they work at rest. So Seakeeper stabilizers work at rest, and he does a ton of fishing. So when they're out there, like in the middle, they did a lot of fishing in the Sea of Cortez. He'd hit them, so stabilize the Seakeepers, and it would just level the boat at rest. And fins don't do that.
Yeah, that is definitely a huge bonus.
But you have to run the generator to do it. So you have to have the generator.
But I feel like a boat that big, you're gonna want the AC inside. You're gonna,
you know, the generator most of the time anyway. So the consensus is I like the fin stabilization better as well. But I also like a full displacement boat better because it just, I don't know, it feels more solid in the water. You feel more safe. But it's for a mission, right? Like, meaning if you want to go more than basically 8 or 10 knots, like you can't have a full displacement boat. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But that's the answer to the question. If I answered it, if you have any other questions, just let us know. I'll try to pick your name out here and make sure, but hopefully that answers the question. I was going to say something. Oh, last night. So I was going to show you guys. So I was talking to you just now about the TV, right? And about how we transferred all of our chart plotters onto the TV. Well, I have an alarm system up on our navigation to where, like, I have a radar alarm where you can draw an alerts area that if the radar picks anything up in that alert area, it will alarm throughout the entire boat. It alarms from the TV and alarms from the MFDs, which is really cool. And so we have that. And then we also have 2 different AIS alarms. We have a Vesper Cortex, so a Garmin Vesper Cortex, well, it's Garmin Cortex now, but whatever, radio system, like a radio that has AIS built into it, that is an AIS alarm. AIS is something that other ships have to have on out here. Well, most all ships do, but all commercial ships have to have it. So any freighters or anything like that would be huge that you could hit, they all have to have AIS. It's the law. And so this handheld right here. So this is my radio. And in my radio, let's see if I can do this on the screen. Plotter. So right here, it'll tell me if there's any AIS targets around. So it'll give me a list of boats, if there's any boats around, which there are none right now, and an alarm up here. It'll say collision alert, collision alert, collision alert. This is also wireless, as you can tell. So you can take this thing back there and sit down, and any boat that comes by that's got an AIS, it'll tell you, not only will it tell you and alert you exactly how many miles away they are, it'll tell you exactly how many minutes it's going to be if you're going to collide, how many degrees to change course and which direction to change course in order to avoid them, or if you're going to come close to them, it will tell you exactly how close. So last night in the middle of the night, this thing alarmed. I was awake, but it alarmed and it told me collision alert, and there was a 400-foot freighter in front of us. And it was a long ways out there. It was like 12 miles, but it said, and it just was barely picking it up on the radar because I've got the radar set for 12 mile. I got one radar on 12 and one radar on a mile. I'm sorry if this is boring. There's 700 people watching now. So anyways.
Check your steaks.
Nice. I actually turned it off so it would slow cook.
Do you want me to go check it?
No, that's good.
Okay.
I actually turned it off so it's slow cook. Medium rare, baked potato. I love it. You guys are awesome. So it told me you will miss this by 1.3 miles at your current speed and course. Super cool. And I just thought that was cool. It's also got a built-in anchor alarm, and I take this little guy down to our bedroom at night when we are at anchor, and it's got an anchor drag alarm on it as well, which is super handy. It's got its own dedicated GPS, tells you true wind, depth, and everything right on there, and it's also your radio. Really cool. Now I'm going to check the steak, and you can answer some questions.
Somebody thought you were bald. Not the first time that's happened, actually. Nathan wears a hat a lot. Well, the sun is in our eyes all the time, and even I wear a hat a lot when we're outside. So yeah, somebody thought Nathan was bald. He is not bald. We do wear a hat a lot. Let's see what else is going on here. Okay, this is oh my gosh, thanks, Joe. I'm gonna have Nathan answer this question too, but I'll answer it first. Hey guys, you seem to have adapted to your 41 well. Curious if money was no object, would you buy the biggest Nordy you can afford, or is there a different brand or size that would be the ultimate dream boat? It's a really good question. We were definitely in a phase of life where we still do, just less. Kind of like a less is more minimalistic. We didn't want to worry about a whole bunch of stuff. Some of those bigger boats, you don't just want to hire everything out all the time. I mean, I guess you could, but they take a lot of work to maintain. I mean, even this little boat takes a lot of work to maintain and keep it clean, keep it nice. We really, really like to take care of our stuff, and we take a lot of pride in that. So we spend a lot of time making sure the boat looks great, making sure everything is really well taken care of, making sure there's not rust building up in places, and all of that kind of stuff. And even just cleaning in the inside, like you would think that you just wouldn't clean very much because it's like not a giant house, but we're using this space all day, every day, and you're in and out, you're doing this, you're doing that, like you're touching everything all the time. So it actually does, like, it's kind, you got to keep up on it, because these tight spaces too, if you don't put things away and keep them clean, like it becomes, at least for me, it becomes super overwhelming. Like I like a tidy, clean space, and I just function better that way. Like when I sit down to work, if like the soap squirt at you, if things are like out of place, I have to like clean it up. So to answer your question, if money was no object, no, we wouldn't buy the biggest Nordhavn that we could afford. Somebody asked a really good question. I'm going to go, oh, it's right here. Joe, I want you to answer it too.
Remember that time I said we should have put the potatoes on before we put the steak on?
Yeah.
The steak is done and the potatoes aren't even close.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
We screwed up, guys. Screwed up.
We're doing too many things.
It's pretty normal. But I put the steak in here just to try to keep it somewhat warm.
Okay.
And then the potatoes I just turned up.
Okay. Well, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Do you see Joe's question? He's asking, yeah, right there.
Got it.
I want your opinion on that.
You seem to drive the 41 well. Money was no object. Would you buy the biggest Nordhavn you could afford, or is there a difference, brand or size, the ultimate dream boat? Okay. Well, the answer to the question is no. I would definitely not buy the biggest Nordhavn I could afford. And the reason for that is because I'm not interested in having crew. Lindsay and I like running our boat ourselves. We like being able to be alone when we want to be alone. Somebody on the channel, complete sidebar, like legitimately asked if we were just friends because they've never seen us kiss. No, we are not just friends. I promise. No.
We were just friends for a lot of years.
We were, until we weren't, and now we're not. I mean, we're best friends, but you picking up what I'm putting down? Anyway, so we would like to be alone in our boat. When we want to be alone in our boat was where I was going with that.
Right, the crew thing.
Yeah, the crew thing.
Yeah.
Come full circle with me.
Yeah.
So no is the answer. We wouldn't do that. Okay, dream boat, and would we buy something different than a Nordhavn? That's tough. It really depends on what we decided we wanted to do. If money was absolutely no object, then I would probably end up crossing one ocean, I would think, to say that I'd done it. No, I don't know, because I want to cross the Pacific too. I don't know the answer to that question, but here, this is what I'll tell you. No, we would not buy the biggest Nordhavn we could afford. We would buy the biggest Nordhavn we wanted to wash.
Yeah, there you go.
Real
That's a good
story.
That's a good.
Which would probably be probably in the neighborhood of a 60, maybe a 70, somewhere in the neighborhood, I would say.
Well, it's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, well, I mean,
if money was no object.
If money was no object, you could probably have somebody help you here and there wash it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't have somebody help you wash it at anchor and when you're just relaxing and hanging out, like you want to be alone. So I think a 70 is probably as big as I would go, and probably actually I wouldn't even go that big. I'd probably go somewhere in the 50s, if not maybe at 60 at tops. I could talk for hours about this. I would say if I was going to go non-full displacement, probably a Fleming is the boat, I would think. Probably a Fleming 65. I'm sure some of you guys watch Tony Fleming's channel, Fleming Yachts. If you don't, go check it out. It's really cool. I would say that's probably my number 2 if I was not going to go across oceans. I would probably have a Fleming, I think. Lindsay,
Flemings are beautiful.
Lindsay is on the fence. Are you not on the fence about Fleming still?
No, I think they're beautiful. I think that
they're not as modern as Lindsay sometimes likes.
The older ones that we've looked at they're just dated, you know, and I know that you can update stuff, and the thing is like it'd be one thing if it was a boat that we were just recreationally using, but when it's our home, you know, it's a little bit different. You want things the way you want them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So great question. Hopefully I answered it for you, and hopefully Lindsay answered it for you. Caroline, that's a great question. Thank you very much. Very much. Oh, and thank you. Oh, is that?
I'm going to go check Tate's.
Okay, there. I turned them all the way up.
Okay.
So you want to turn it back down to medium. Do you want me to help you really quick?
No, I'll be all right.
Okay, just turn it to medium because they'll burn. The bottom ones will burn and leave it like it is. I had turned it off. We got this infrared grill. I don't know why I don't get nervous when I go out there, but I get nervous when she goes out there. Anyway, I mean, the bull started. Anyway, it's fine. So the autopilot thing, I'm trying to make sure that I'm being correct here. Yes, we've had issues with autopilot. On this trip, we have had issues with autopilot. I do not believe it to be a Nordhavn thing at all. I believe it to be a full-on Garmin thing. And in fact, I am friends with Mark. I wasn't friends with Mark before the channel in Nordhavn, but I am now. We talked quite a bit. And I just watched his most recent video, and I've got to call him. I'm not kidding, about 2 hours ago, watched this video. And I was like, oh my gosh, you got that thing fixed. You didn't call me, you jerk. So I was going to message him, but it's the middle of the night there. So I'm going to message him in the morning and ask him what exactly they did. So that's a very good question. And yes is the answer. We have had lots of problems. Not lots of problems. It's not like some crazy problems. It's just like the thing does what it wants to do and doesn't do what you want it to do sometimes. And I believe it to be a Garmin software issue and nothing to do with the actual boat or a limitation of the boat. So we're gonna figure that out. That's one of my main goals to fix on this boat. It's one of the only issues we have with this boat is that autopilot. So how are they?
They need some time.
Yeah. Oh well. Is what it is.
It's what it is.
What are you gonna do? Nothing you can do about it.
No. That looks good.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't do lives on YouTube and try to cook at the same time. If you guys, by chance, and I just want to keep on saying this because if you're new to this video and you don't know where we are, what we're doing, I'll do it quick. I'm sorry, everybody. We are in the Atlantic between the Abacos in the Bahamas and northern North Carolina. Basically just the south side of Virginia. Cape Hatteras. 500-mile journey. We're 300 nautical miles offshore. And oh wow, there's a storm over there. And just cruising right now via Starlink coming at you. This is what life's like at sea. It's almost a 4-day journey. Oh my gosh. You jinxed us. Autopilot speed source lost.
Oh boy.
Somebody asked if we've had any problems with the autopilot, and then we just got an error on the autopilot.
Doesn't seem like it went away.
Yeah,
Rectified?
it is right now. It's good. You're switching menus, and they're putting us in your old slip.
How cool is that?
Thought that was pretty cool. Which
Gregory, you gotta read it.
Gregory, which marina? We're switching marinas, and they're putting us in your old slip. Thought that was pretty cool, is what Gregory just said. Which marina? You're going to Maximo, or are you going to Riviera Dunes? Jeff, eat the steak, potatoes for dessert. That's not a bad idea, actually.
That isn't a bad idea.
I mean, honestly, I'm just making it so we can stay on here a little longer, because I'm not going to sit here and eat right in front of you guys. That would be
Riviera
rude.
Dunes.
Riviera Dunes?
Gregory, yeah.
Oh, Gregory, that's awesome. We love Riviera Dunes. Massive shout out to Riviera Dunes. If you're on the west coast of Florida, in my opinion, it is the best marina on the entire west coast of Florida. We absolutely love it. It is super safe, super protected, 8 miles up the Manatee River. The staff is second to none incredible. We love that
They're
marina.
awesome.
Love that marina. They've got 2 pools. They've got a banging restaurant.
Yep.
They're just great. We love you're going to love that marina. If you weren't in that marina before, you're absolutely going to love that marina. Enjoy it. Tell Luke, the dockmaster, that we said hello. Are you thinking about doing the Great Loop? No, we're not going to do the Great Loop this year. We're going to head just up the East Coast and go to Maine instead, and then turn around and come back down. So I lost Lindsay. Now I don't know what to do.
I'm coming back.
How long do you think the potatoes have?
Probably about 5 more minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
How long have we been on here? I don't even know how to tell.
We've been on for an hour already.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I've been yapping these people's 767.
I can't believe people are still watching this.
I can't either. You guys are so cool.
You guys are.
Just want to be out here on the water with us. Come on.
Yeah, I wish I could take the camera outside, but I can't because it's hooked to the computer.
It is really beautiful out. The sun's going down. It's kind of bizarre. Just
I'll do a little spin around here.
Yeah, no land anywhere.
I always do that. This is my other radio handheld, and I always knock it out of the hill holder. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, the sun's going down over there. It's kind of tucked behind some clouds right now. But yeah, really pretty.
So that is obviously pointing towards the west, towards Georgia. Georgia's that way. Europe is the other way. All right, flipping them back around. If you guys saw the mount that I've got going on here, you'd be so impressed. Does that work?
Somebody says, is it home time? What do we watch if it is? No, it's not home time. We're cruising up the East Coast with you guys. So no, we're not going home.
Home time, what does that mean?
I think that, they meant like, are you going home now?
Oh,
like
no.
Back, yeah.
No. I mean, honestly, the goal is to not go home for a very long time. Not permanently. Obviously, we fly back there and see family and stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, the goal is to go to the Med. We want to go around the world, guys. That's the goal. We want to go around the world. We want to go to the Med. Then we want to just keep on going. We want to do Europe. We want to go around the world. So I mean,
it's our dream.
Yeah, it's our dream. So the reality of the situation is, if you're new to the channel, if you haven't watched a ton, I'll just play this out for you. Like, we basically left our high stress situations, our jobs behind. I still work and consult for my business part-time, but only part-time. And we have left and scaled back our involvement and taken all kinds of pay cuts and money cuts. And I'm not going to get into all of that. And we started this channel in hopes that we could bring you guys along for a journey, and honestly, that it would fund going around the world. The YouTube would fund going around the world.
And we hope that it inspires other people to, like, if there's something you don't like about your life, to make a change. You know, it doesn't need to be as bold as this, but like, move in that direction, because you can change. whatever you have going on.
Yep.
You are the one that creates your reality. So our goal is to inspire others as we try to figure this out.
No, 100%. I mean, because there was years and years and years and years that boating channels were my only out. They were my only de-stress, and I got to the point in life where things weren't good for my stress levels, like not at all. And so, honestly, alcohol and boating channels were what were the only things that got me out of it. So, we decided we're going to start this channel. It does so many things. We stopped drinking alcohol at the same time, or I stopped drinking alcohol at the same time. Lindsay stopped a little bit before I did. We started this channel because it did several things. It had the possibility of us then being an influence on somebody else, like people were influences on us to go after our dreams and to not wait. And then we also, there was the only platform that we could think of, or the only thing we could think of that we would enjoy doing remotely that could possibly fund this journey. Because we didn't want like normal everyday, like get online jobs, like go search for a job in that sense. We wanted something that we could inspire people, that we could share a journey, something we could look back on, something we could share our friends and family. And I thought if we build it big enough, then you get AdSense off of YouTube, and you could probably make enough money to put fuel in the boat and put food in our mouths.
Yeah.
And so that's the goal. We're about halfway there. That's the reality. We're about halfway. We're about halfway to our goal.
There,
but we're honestly okay. So we're about halfway there when it comes to the finances side of things. But we are way beyond halfway there. We are quadruple there when it comes to our influence on people, right, babe?
Yeah.
I know you're reading that.
Yeah.
But this is important.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, the feedback we have gotten from this channel has been way bigger than we would have thought when it comes to our influence on, like, us having people that we inspired.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? I didn't think it was going to be anywhere near like this.
Definitely.
Did you?
I thought that if we did it right, or if we were good on camera, good enough on camera, I thought that it would. Yeah, because I think that honestly, I get inspired anytime I see anybody making changes in their lives that are for the better. And that's the other thing, like, you talking about us stopping drinking. It's not like whether drinking is good or bad. It's that it was assessing things that we were doing in our lives that weren't serving us. And at that time, it wasn't, and it isn't right now. That could change at some point, and we're open to all of that. But, just taking a look at little areas of like, hey, this is a habit that I have, and this is a reality that I know because I keep on doing it every single day, and just stopping and having awareness. Like, is this actually serving me? Is it actually moving me toward my goals? What are my goals? What do I even want out of this life? Because you can have whatever you want. You just have to, you can have whatever you want. You just have to put your mind to it. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's really about that.
That's good. It's good, then. Yeah. So anyway, and it's been an honor to be able to share that with you guys. And anybody that grabs like a little hint of that and grabs a hold of life a little bit differently, like, that's the biggest compliment that you could possibly pay us, because it's
absolutely
just amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And I'm sorry if you're bored, by the way. But by the way, thank you again. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like,
wow.
So.
Thank you. Woofer SD.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Very much appreciated. I'm gonna go check the
check the taters.
Yep, we'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. You two do it right and stand out from the other camp. Thanks, Doug. Honestly, it's like when we started this channel, I have to say, like, I was not somebody that had a big social media following. Like, my accounts are private. I was not putting myself out there at all. And how are they?
Good. They're close. Couple
Okay.
minutes.
I wasn't putting myself out there at all. So when Nathan kind of like brought this to my attention that this could be a possibility, I really just came to terms with the fact that people are mean on the internet, and I was expecting people to basically just like rip us to shreds, and I was expecting there to be
It's a 0, just FYI.
he's
Sorry,
been hoarding those. We have
I
3
haven't.
left. I was expecting it to just be like really rough out there, and I had to, in my mind I was like, all right, other people's opinions are not not my business. What?
I'm sorry. The guy that's like got the sirens. Potatoes are burning. Potatoes are burning. I'm sorry. That was funny. Sorry to interrupt you, baby.
Anyway, so yeah, I had to like set myself up mentally, like, okay, this is gonna be really hard. And we posted a few videos. We were expecting to get like, I don't know, for a year, we were expecting to get like 200 views on stuff. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna be myself. I'm not gonna try to, be wearing makeup all the time. I'm not gonna try to look perfect all the time. I'm not gonna worry about what other people have to say. I'm just gonna do it. And honestly, I don't know how I like came to that, because I was scared to do that before this. I was scared to put myself out there and just be like truly myself. So I don't know how I got the courage to do it, but I did it, and he does it too, and it just pays off. So honestly, if there's anything to be inspired by, it's that. Just like be yourself.
Just be you.
Yeah, just be you.
Be you. You're awesome.
And like, some people aren't gonna like you, and that's fine. Like, you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. The people that are your people are gonna be like, it's gonna be a sigh of relief for them to watch you being yourself, because it gives them permission to be themselves, and that's what the world needs more of, is more authenticity and
less fake.
Yes.
Less fake people.
Yes, more authenticity, because there's been a lot of fakeness for a while.
Hey, Steve. So. Cheers, buddy. Sorry, there's a guy on here that's got one of our buddies that's got he's got an N41.
Oh, sweet.
Steve's on here.
Amazing.
And the guy that's flying over the Atlantic. What's up, bud? Cheers up there. Flying over right now. He says on his way to Italy. Jealous. We want to go to Italy.
Oh my gosh, I love Italy.
All right. Yeah. Well, what do you think? Should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
I can't believe there's still 720 people watching.
You guys are so cool.
It's so crazy. Really appreciate
cheers to
you guys.
all of you. This is freaking awesome. Well, I'm glad I had a nap before this.
Yeah, for sure. No, this has been great. Yeah, well, hopefully we answered all you guys' questions that you had. Burnt taters. Hopefully we answered all you guys' questions that you had, for sure. And this has been really enjoyable. I really wanted to be able to see this. We're doing a video right now about this crossing. Yeah. So we're doing this video. So the video will be out in like 3 weeks, because it's about like 3 weeks behind. Oh, we should do a video of the video to put in the video.
Oh, like get the camera and like, oh no, but that's the camera.
Oh, we use other cameras.
We have other cameras. Sorry, I got confused. It's like
okay,
interdimensional.
We're gonna do a video of a video. I feel like it's that Friends episode. They don't know. They don't know. We don't know. They know. We know.
Yeah. I can't do it. Yeah. The messers
become the messies.
Oh, thanks, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Okay, this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna do a video of this happening so that we can put it in our video. So okay. Hey everyone, we are here doing the live video of us crossing the Atlantic. Not crossing the Atlantic. That's wishful thinking.
Crossing the Atlantic. Yeah, crossing some of the Atlantic.
Yeah. Up off the corner of the Atlantic. And we are on YouTube Live, and we just thought it'd be really cool to put this in the video.
It'd be cool if we could see everybody's faces.
Oh man, it was so awesome. If everybody was like actually behind us, that would be so awesome. Yeah. So all right, cool. Now that's that. There you go. Now you guys are in the video.
You're in the video, kind of.
All right.
All right, everybody.
You got anything else? Any final thoughts or words?
And there's so many good questions in here. It's so hard not to just keep on.
Well, you can answer like 1 or 2 more of them. I'm gonna go put the steak like on the top just to warm it up.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Robert. Okay. Following you guys on marine traffic, safe travels. Thank you. Love the trawler life. I find it more interesting than the speedy boat. Don't burn the potatoes. Yeah, it is. It is more interesting. Having the slow boat, you stop and actually take in everything. And I'm not saying that you don't do that on a fast boat. Because we went slow on our fast boat anyway, because we wanted to. The thing is we live really fast lives. So oh, I want to make sure. Looks like there's a collision alert. Must be something way out there. Yep, I think there's a barge like way, 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 way out there. Anyway, yeah, the trawler life is great. Do more lives. Loved it. Aw, thank you. Hold on. I'm gonna go back up. Loved it. Maybe
Thank you,
have
Kenny.
fair winds every day. Love from North Dakota. Aw, thanks, Daniel. My people.
We're in North Dakota.
Yeah, I wonder where in North
Yeah.
Dakota.
You guys know we lived in Bismarck, right? That we met in Bismarck. Daniel, where in North Dakota are you from?
Everybody, like, the thing with a place like North Dakota is that if you meet somebody from North Dakota, there's always a connection. Like, because I'm originally from there. Nathan isn't originally from there, but he lived there for a lot of years, and that's how we met. There's always a connection. Like, you went to school with somebody's cousin, or like their aunt is your chiropractor, or like whatever, or maybe you're related, whatever.
They're in Fargo. Lindsay's got one of her best friends.
Oh yeah, one of my best friends in West Fargo. I'm actually gonna take a trip there probably this summer. She just had a baby, so I gotta go meet the baby.
I'll address this question really quick because there's been a couple of people ask about the fees in the Bahamas.
Oh yeah.
So we were there when they announced that, and there was a lot of locals that were really upset about it. If anybody guys don't know, if you're going to cruise the Bahamas, it costs a certain amount of money to go cruising. It's like $300 for a 3-month permit for 2 people. That's what we paid anyway, with a fishing permit. And those fees are going up pretty drastically this coming year. The Bahamas government just issued an increase. Don't quote me because I don't know exactly what they are, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to end up being like between $800 and $1,200 if you're going to go in with your own boat and do kind of a similar thing. And then they have now a $2,500 option that is 2 years with as many times you want to come and go, which I think is actually going to be great for the people in Florida. Here's what I think about that. And a lot of people have asked, so here's what I think. I think that the locals are upset about it. I think that we want to see the steak. Bro, like, that's...
What, should I
thank
show the
you.
steak?
No, like, that's like, thank you.
Aww.
Another huge super chat. Thank you very much. Yes, we will pull the steak in here at the very end. Thank you. So what do I think about those fees? I think it sucks. I think that the Bahamas government is probably not really thinking fully through exactly how it's going to affect the small businesses. I feel bad for the small business owners because we even talked to a couple of the small business owners and they're pretty upset about it. But at the end of the day, I do believe that the boating community should be a little less aggressive about it. And this is just my personal opinion. And I wasn't going to answer this question and throw this out there, but you have a decision whether you want to spend your money and go to the Bahamas or whether you don't. And if you don't, that's totally understandable. It's a lot of money and they increase the fees and it's probably not fully right. And there's a possibility that it's going to line a politician's pockets, or maybe it's going to go to the school systems and maybe it's going to go to the Bahamas Land and Sea Park, and who knows? I don't know that. There's no way that we could any of us could ever know that. So at the end of the day, you make your decision if you want to pass there. I feel like it's probably going to cost you more money to pass there and try to go to the Caribbean than it is to stop. And quite frankly, from everything we've heard, I think the Bahamas is probably a little bit better than most of the Eastern Caribbean, and it's easier to get to. And if you want to go someplace else, then fully that's what you do. It's your money. You spend it however you want. But I get on the Bahamas Land and Sea forums, and there's some people just being so aggressive and so mean about it. And that's not right either, right? Like, that's not right on our side as the boaters to just get vicious and aggressive with the Bahamas government. Like, it's an amazing place. They have an amazing area to cruise. And do I think it's right? No. But do I think it's right that the boaters get super aggressive and cuss and swear and you know, threaten politicians' family members and all kinds of stuff online, which is all the stuff I've seen. Like, yeah, it's bad. Or regret, you know, any help on Dorian and all kinds of just gross, aggressive things. I think that's just as wrong as the fees, if not more wrong. Actually, I think it's more wrong. So that's how I feel about it. It's a lot of money. So if you don't want to go there, don't go there. But you know, there's nothing we can do about it. So you just use your money where you want to. I feel bad for the local economy, that or the local businesses, the small businesses. That's what I feel bad for. Okay, so I'm gonna
go get the steak.
I'm gonna go get the steak and show this wonderful gentleman the steak, and then we're signing off.
My girlfriend and I love watching you guys. Y'all are such an inspiration. Be safe on your travels. Love you guys. Yes, it cracks me. Cracks me up when we hear Lindsay's holy crap. Yeah, I say that a lot. Thank you so much. I have to say that I don't know if I've said this before, but I love that we have couples that watch us. That makes me so happy. Oh, there it is. You guys, it's the moment of truth. You show the folks.
Yeah, it's just got like juice all over it. So here we go.
Can you see? Huh?
Can't tell if they can see or not.
I think so.
Is this just dim because it's? Oh yeah, it's actually
it is
pretty bright.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Steak and potatoes, anyone? Dinner is served.
Smells pretty good.
Does smell pretty good.
Okay. All right. We're gonna eat.
Okay.
We appreciate you all.
We appreciate you all. Yes, so much. Thank you for all the super chats. You guys are absolutely incredible. Everybody that is here is just. We just appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Like I could tear up talking about it. Like
the community is just great. We hope we can take you around the world because this community has been awesome. We get hundreds and hundreds and thousands of amazing comments, and I reply to every one of them, and we enjoy it so much.
Yeah, we do. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us. Thanks for actually encouraging us to do this because we couldn't do this without you guys.
We legit could not do this without you guys. I think that there are people that do not believe that. And I'm telling you, we are not kidding when we tell you we could not do this without you. The growth on the channel, our Patreon members, without the support from everybody, we couldn't do it. That's no joke. We could not do it.
Yeah.
We don't have enough money to retire. We went full send, and you guys are making this happen.
You are. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We're out. We're gonna go eat, right, babe?
Yep.
Okay. I think we're gonna turn it off over here.
Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.